Okay. New person. This is the fourth person. My mom checked in quick and then she left. Um, she's Lindsay Carpool, and I'm Lindsay. We. I'm Lindsay Blake, as in blank, like a blank slate, a blank mind. Um, we look like Lindsay Brewer, the race car driver. Um, but we study the future. We're from the future lineage, but we look like Lindsay Brewer, so it's a combination. Um, so I'm trying to keep this video informative and not be chatty. So yeah, I'm Lindsay Blake. Um, so my society is called Love Her Society. And it's basically learning how to love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you can love others as yourself. So when you say love her, it's her, another person, but also seeing yourself in a third person. So what it means is your brain is very literate, right? You can see yourself as first person. I don't know what second person perspective is, but then third person as well, as in her as in me, myself. So it means your brain can count to 3. Very literate person. Or mathematical, but grammatically literate. So it's a combination of math and language. So that's why it's so intelligent to learn Love Her Society. It's just a simple equation in the mind where it simplifies life, right? People in life, it's like, what do we do? There's so many people in the world. They're so different from me. What do? I don't have an equation, a formula that helps me with that, right? Right. In physics, you have that E equals mc squared. You look at it, you just know. Before that, light speed, gravity, it's so hard to grasp. But once you got that equation, you look at it, you just know. After you study it, but it's there and you know it. So my equation is the same, in the same breath. Love Her is math and language for the brain. Love Her is loving another person, but also loving yourself in the third person. So it's challenging your brain a little bit. It's what you need. You don't want this, constantly lost and, breaking things because you don't know what to do. You want that formula where you look at the formula and you just know. It's like, okay, I'm supposed to love others the same way I love myself. So I need to learn more about myself and I need to learn more about the other person. So I'm going to explain that right now. So imagine these two objects as yourself and another person. You see how different they are? Well, where you start is you got to learn about yourself, right? My sister Catherine, she does not know herself. You know what I mean? Which is fine. In college, you want to date a lot, right? In college, that's what men did. He date a lot, right? I mean, he didn't actually go on dates, but he would talk to girls in a date flirty way. So he technically did go on a lot of dates. So that's what you want to do in college. The problem is with girls, they get shamed for it, right? When guys do it, it's okay. But when girls do it, all of a sudden you're a slut, right? You don't want that negativity. Girls should date in college as well. It's healthy, right? You need to branch out, right? So don't be afraid of the slut shaming. Go out and date. So with Catherine, she's really shy. She doesn't date. She doesn't know herself. Right? You see her fumble through relationships like, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one, right? This is the one for me, this is the one for me. And it doesn't work out, and her whole life falls apart. Her whole life falls apart. Right? And you see this in 90% of relationships in the world. They just don't date. So the first person they meet, they're like, this is the one for me, and it falls apart, and they just lose it. They lose their mind. Right? But in college with men, when one doesn't work, he goes to another. One doesn't work, he goes to another. He's really fast. Right? If it doesn't work, he just doesn't care. Right? So you need to date more. Girls, date more. You gotta break that old tradition of slut shaming. Right? You need to date a lot of girls. For the multiverse, they're dating a lot of girls. But on Earth, it's dating guys, whatever. So you need to learn about yourself. How you do that is you need to explore, go on dates. What are your interests? What are your hobbies? You gotta know yourself, right? Don't let people hold you back with their perspective and their rules, right? You need to learn about yourself. And then, after you learn about yourself, you learn about others, right? Or the person you're dating, right? Learn as much as you can about that person, to see if it, matches up. If it doesn't match up, that's okay. You go on to the next person, right? But as long as you know yourself, you won't go, oh, it's my fault. It's my fault that it didn't work out. Oh, woe is me. I'm a horrible person. It's my fault. It's always my fault. No, it just happened. You just happened to meet the wrong person. It's not your fault. Right? You see Catherine's like, oh, it's all my fault. I'm like a boy. I'm like a tomboy. It's all my fault. Ugh. It's like, what the heck? That was like your second date. Your second relationship. It's like, get over it. So yeah, learn about yourself and learn about the person you're dating. Don't just go, oh, she's pretty or he's pretty, and then that's it. It's like, no, what is his interest? What does he think about life? Where does life goes? What does he think about the meaning of life? Right? If you want to go deeper, it's like, what's the meaning of life for you? Right? You need to ask yourself that, and you need to ask the partner that. What's the meaning of life for you? Right? And if it's like party, you see it doesn't match up. And he's like, oh, I'm done. Right? If it's like having babies, well, you're about education. Doesn't match up. Goodbye. So that's a simple way. It's like, what's the meaning of life for you? What's the meaning of life? And if it doesn't match up, you can move on. All right, keep it simple. So in the same breath, I'm going into computer engineering at University of Pacific. I'm choosing that as my major. Oh, I was born on May 1st. I think it's May 2nd now. Yeah. It's May 2nd now. I was born on May 1st, so yesterday. So in that same breath of, getting something to work, I want to go into computer engineering, right? It's like getting this iPhone to work. Right? How do you get that to work? So it's a lot of understanding of physical parts and making it work. see what else. And I want to work on the quantum computer. I think that's the future of technology. Because technology's kind of it kind of reached as far as it can go, and then now it's just taking baby steps, right? So you have this acceleration, this of innovation until you hit the peak of it, and then you start slowing down and you take baby steps. And that's where we are right now. We're taking baby steps. And the quantum computer is that next leap, is how I feel. So I want to work on that. So that's why I'm going into computer engineering. And I want to work on video game systems, computers, laptops, phones, just computer technology, computers in cars, space shuttles, anything that requires a computer. Like basically everything nowadays requires a computer, honestly. So it's kind of like if you don't have the sun, you won't have light, and if you don't have light, you just don't have life. Right? Nothing grows without the sun. So I feel that computers is the sun for humans. Like we can't live without it anymore. You know? I mean, I guess we can, but you're not growing. You're kind of just living. You're surviving, right? So if you live without computers, you see like Buddhist monks, like religion, you're just surviving. You're not growing. So they live without sunlight. They just do this their whole life. They just survive. And the rest of the society is just with computers, with sunlight, we're just on it growing. Our brain gets more mature. We love each other more. We learn to love ourselves. We find the meaning of life. So that's what we do. Buddhists, like religious people who avoid technology, they just grow bitter. They hide it. They hide it really well. But if you agitate them, they're going to get violent. Right? Because their brain is not maturing. Right? You need technology. You need sunlight to grow. So I feel that computers is that sunlight to help us grow, because with computers, we have the internet, we have better phones to communicate, we have social media, and we communicate better. Nowadays, we can tweet messages, right? Like, and it could be like a couple of sentences and you understand it, right? Before, you had Shakespeare going, thou art thou this, thou art that. You know what I mean? And you just don't get it. It's like, can you simplify? We don't understand you. There's too many. You just talk too much. So with technology, we start simplifying because it's so much information. We learn to simplify things, and because you simplify it, you can learn more. You get what I'm saying? So let me try to explain that. So let's say there's a Shakespeare play. If you can't simplify that, you just can't move on. Right? So let's say the Bible, if you can't simplify that, you see, with my mom or religious people, they can't simplify it. So they're just stuck on it forever, right? So with men and my grandma and mom and stuff, we simplify it to it doesn't matter. The Bible is just not, it doesn't matter. And then we can move on, right? So because of technology and because we have so much information, kids start learning to, simplify in text, in short, in tweets, in short bursts of information, and because we are able to simplify, we can learn more, right? So let's say that there's a text of Shakespeare or the Bible, and it's just you're stuck on it. You need to simplify it so that you can learn more, right? So that's my explanation on why we need technology. We need it, right? It's not a fad. It's not this trend that just comes and goes. We need it. Just like we need sunlight, we need technology. So that's why we need students to invest their time and effort into advancing technology, no matter what it is: video games, movies, computer science, computer engineering, space shuttles, NASA, whatever it is. We need more technology, because looking at the state of the world, we're just not, we have the Elon Musk and the Apples and the Nintendos and the Disneys, but look at the world. It's clearly not enough. Clearly. We have starvation, we have homeless people, we have violence, it's not enough, right? It may be enough for a 1% middle class and wealthy people, 1% of the world, but clearly it's not trickling down. So something is not connecting. Something. I don't know what that something is, but something's not connecting from the wealth of the world, the technological world, and the third world. We're not connecting. That's for me to figure out. That's for a lot of people to figure out. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, so Kimberly Max, my grandmom, mother, she's really into business and things like that. I'm not so much into business. One, she's got it down, right? So it's like when someone's already doing it, you kind of move on to the next thing. One, she's already doing it, and secondly, it's just not my interest. I know you can spread the wealth around the world, but I'm more of like, I need to get one thing done instead of a lot of things done. With Kimberly Mack, she does a lot, right? When she came in, she improved Madden, she improved a lot of stuff. Me, I'm not so much like that. I just want to get one thing done, and that's it, right? So right now, I just want to get home. Right, that's my only focus. I'm not making movies, I'm not making TV shows, I'm not making video games. I just don't care. I just want to simplify this enough, it's experience enough to get everyone home. All right, that's my job, is to get everyone home. Right? It's like I'm working for NASA or I'm working for the CIA. I need to get everyone home safely. And that has to be my focus. I can't continue like, hey, watch this movie, watch this TV show. I can't do that. It's my job. That's why I'm born, to get everyone home. All right, and that's what I plan on doing. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm not really into business. Business is like extracurricular to me, and I'm not really into that. I know with Min and Kimberly Max, they're really into extracurricular activity, and I'm not interested in that at all. I know you should have extracurriculars. Maybe I'll do like one, but me, um, I want to get an A, an A, an A, an A, an A. That's how I think, right? I just want to focus really hard on getting this A in U.S. history, and then focus really hard on getting an A in art, focus really hard in physics, focus really hard in language arts, focus really hard on PE, even if it's PE. I want to focus really hard at it. And I take it one step at a time, one class at a time. So and if it's extracurricular, I'll just keep it to one. So I don't get too distracted by just things I don't need. I know you need to do extracurriculars and volunteer work and things like that, and I'll probably do that, but I'll keep it to one or two because it's just not my focus. I want to focus on getting this working properly, not the world, right? If I go out there and this doesn't work, this doesn't work. You understand? So there's no point of me being out there if this doesn't work. I'm just gonna mess this up. And then someone else is gonna have to clean it up. You know what I mean? So I'll do what I can, but mainly I'm focused 90% is on this. Get this right. Get this working. All right? So that's what I'm focused on. So every day I just take it really slow. US history, get an A. You know, just each class, get an A. Just focus really hard on getting an A. Next thing you know, you have straight A's. Right? You don't even realize, but you just focus really hard on it. You get A. Next thing you know, you have straight A's. Right? And next thing you know, this thing works properly, the way it should. Right? You just focus on one area at a time, as best high level as you can. Next thing you know, it all works. Right? But what you do is you focus on one area at a time as best you can. Get an A in it. You don't work on the whole thing all at once. I know Min likes to do that and Kimberly likes to do that, but I don't do that. Right? If I'm working on the frontal lobe, that's all I work on. Don't talk to me about the orbital and the side. I don't care. Don't talk to me about it. If I'm focused on one thing, that's all I'm focused on. So that's how I think. I just take things step by step and make sure I get an A in it, the highest grade in it. And I try to limit extracurriculars. I try to limit. Even if it's in conceptual. Min doesn't physically create a lot of extracurricular, but conceptually, you see this. When they say it's over 9,000, it's literally over 9,000. This kid is in space. He has a colony on Mars. And he goes back and forth, conceptually. And Kimberly physically has a lot going on. And I can't do that, right? So if it takes I'm one of those people where it'll take a year for me to create something new, and then you get the product. All right. So don't get used to the Min as the new blueprint. That's not it. Right? Some people are like that. I'm not. All right. Some people, it's a small handful. Some people might be like that. Kimberly and Min might actually be like that. They might literally be like that. Don't take that as a blueprint for that's how it's going to be from now on. Right? This is just a rare handful that's like that. a majority of people are slow learners. I'm one of them. All right. 90% of the world, very slow. 10% might think that way. All right. So don't think that as the majority. Just because you're learning it, it's like, oh, that's a new way. It's not. All right. I know DeRosa gets lost a lot where it's like, is that the new way? It's not. It's men's way. Right? You want to just appreciate it as men's thing, but you're like, nah, I don't think that way. I'm a slow learner. Right? I don't do all that extracurricular stuff. So that's how I see Min. Conceptually, he's in space. Conceptually, Min is in space. That's why he opened up the multiverse. He is there. He is that far ahead. Conceptually, right? He of course he needs to simplify into physical products. That's hard to do. Remember, it's like Shakespeare. So what is Min's brain like? It's like Shakespeare. And he has to simplify that into a teenage quote like, I'm so rad. You know what I mean? So, Shakespeare, I'm so rad. He needs to simplify it to something that we can all use. Right? So Min would explain all day with Shakespeare, and we're like, Min, you gotta simplify. So it's like, no, I'm just rad. Yeah. You are. So he needs to learn how to simplify, because he'll spend all day on Shakespeare and just being out in space. Yeah. So again, don't think Min is the way. I know a lot of people, they get lost in, is Min the way? Is he the way? No, he's the way for those types. And it's only like 10%. A majority, 90%, are very slow learners. Very slow learners. And I'm a slow learner, and I know that. That's why I don't attempt that. Right? I burn out just thinking about it. Honestly, just all day. Yesterday, I was born last night. I was like, can I do what Min does and what Kimberly does? And I'm like, no. Maybe it's because I'm born like half feature and half Lindsay Brewer. I'm like, no. No, stay away. I'm like, that's a devil. That's Mara. I'm Buddha. That's Mara, man. Like, I can't. You need to turn to flowers. Get away from me, man. I can't do that, man. So that's me learning about myself. I know that that's not me, right? For Huang and stuff, you gotta learn yourself. Like, dang, Min is fast, but that's not me, right? Like, I can't do that. Of course, there's like projects and stuff that if Min invites you, of course you join and stuff, but like overall, like how you think, you need to go like, look at Min, look at yourself and go, I can't do that. Right? I gotta do it another way. I gotta do it my way. Right? Yeah, so Min's like the devil to me, man. Like, for real. Like what nonsense are you talking about? I don't want to hear it. You devil. My grandfather, Min. But yeah, I'm a combination of Lindsay Brewer and Future, so maybe that affects how my brain was processed. It's like yes, it's the future, but you gotta know yourself, right? Like, you can't. It's too much power. You can't handle that. That's how it feels. Like, it's like I'm given this future string. Like, the string learns from the future. I'm given this major, and I'm learning that I can't do that. Right? So what Kimberly is natural at, I can't do it. Because I have that half Lindsay Brewer that tells me, like, yeah, you have that capability, but you're not capable of understanding it. it's gonna take longer because you're so slow. So Lindsay Brewer might have a slower vibration, and I have the slow vibration and this really fast vibration. And the slow vibration is like, nope, nope, nope. Don't go over there. So when I look at Min, he looks like the devil to me. He's like, no, don't go over there. Like, no, don't do it. So yeah, I think that's it's like a double major. I think that's what caused my string to vibrate differently. It has a slow, fast vibration. So because I'm a double major, I know a little bit more about myself. I know what I like and what I don't like. And I don't like my grandfather. My grandfather myth. It's too much. Shakespeare. It's like, oh, it's way too much. With me, I just got this crest. I'm trying to whiten my teeth. That's all I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to do it as best I can so it turns out white. Yeah, I think that's a wrap. Yeah, so don't expect any movies or anything from me. I'm just trying to get us home. All right, that's all I'm trying to do. So.